God, I hate that, man. Welcome in. How is everybody? Oh, goodness gracious, Rico. I have to tell you, my approach to our opening topic, I have no clue whether people will appreciate it, not laugh with me, or be upset at me. I just know that I don't care. So here we go. We're going to start with Michigan, Ohio State. We're going to get to the Lions.
Oh.
But I thought, from my perspective as an outsider, okay, knowing that I don't like either of you, like if Bain rose up from the 50 and snapped every neck in the stadium, I'd probably laugh. My point is, I found everything that happened Saturday hysterical. All of it. All of it. From Ryan Day's stupid rosy face to we got players getting maced. We have Gus Johnson saying we didn't cheat this time. We had Michigan win with 62 yards passing because Ryan Day wanted to prove how big his penis was. Like, it was the whole thing. Jack Sawyer thinking he's the king of the Mahoning Valley. Like, Jack, if you don't want them celebrating, win the game, son. Then you got Sharon doing a pageant wave. It was one of the worst football games I've ever watched, with arguably the worst game plan I've ever seen. Like, can you imagine? You're Ohio State. Your fan base is expecting 50 points. Here's the plan, Rico. Trust me, this will work. We're down 2-0 linemen. We're going to run right into the teeth of 2 first-round picks.
But, Coach, we got first-round wide receivers.
Doesn't matter. It's about toughness. I will just... It was, if you're a Michigan fan, I hope the blood hasn't returned to your legs or the rest of your body, because that is one of the most delicious wins you'll ever have. And this is where I'm going to get yelled at. I know this. In a weird way, as I sat watching it, I go, maybe the season was a success after all. I mean, you beat your rivals. You got a billionaire's wife bankrolling your NIL. You got the number one player in America to sell hope. And you literally, Ryan Day at the end of the game, muttering, what happened?
Mike.
It's hysterical.
Mike, I'll say this. Great minds think alike, because I thought the same thing. Okay, you're 7-5, but it's actually a good 7-5, because in the end, you won your trophy games. You won 3 trophy games. You beat Michigan State. You beat Ohio State. You stole the number one quarterback from the school. And the allegations and everything that we've all been waiting for never dropped during the season.
So it'll be off-season news dump.
You went 7-5, and okay, we'll take that.
Your sideline guy thought he was in Saving Private Ryan. The whole effing thing was amazing to watch.
I didn't understand that. I like Avant, but what are we doing here?
Listen,
is this real?
No, and I had this conversation with Cookies because, again, like, he wakes up wanting to fight. It's this weird insecurity thing he has. Like, for me, I don't like any of the flag planting stuff, but I'll always err on the side of, if you don't want someone doing it to you, don't lose.
Right.
So, that's probably Jack Sawyer. I love Ohio.
Yeah.
You absolutely broke these people. Ryan Day will never be the same. He's going to be jarring his urine like Howard Hughes in his movie theater. He won't come out ever again.
I wonder about that. The flag planting thing, I'm okay with that. It's if you don't want them planting their flag, you beat them.
Right, win the game.
Don't let them do that. Okay,
win the game.
So don't get all tough. Don't get where was this toughness 60 minutes ago when you could have actually done something in the game? Now, the flip side to this, and I put this in my new pod this morning.
Oh, whoa.
Well, we all can't cash a ticket.
That's right. Go ahead.
And this way, you don't interrupt me when I talk about MSU. But if you're going to plant the flag, and David, you're the Michigan person, you can't play victim if somebody plants a flag on the block M.
And they tried that 2 times this year. Texas did it. I can't even remember the other team.
Saying,
and they didn't do anything about it.
No, I'm saying I don't want to hear victim. No, don't clutch your pearls. I'm okay with this, but once you do this, it's a two-way street. But Ohio State, guys, I'm with you. I can only imagine what Emeka Egbuka was thinking. Like, I came back for this, coach. I'm a top receiver. Throw us the ball.
3rd and 9. We're going to run a draw play into Mason Graham's crotch.
Wait.
Trust me, this will work.
Did Will Johnson line up? Oh, wait. He's not here.
Listen,
what are we doing?
It is very similar to what you did against Penn State last year. Just let the other you had scoring drives of 2 yards and 5 yards. It is the most, honestly, and I mean this. I'm not taking anything away. It's hysterical because I actually, waking up as a 4th-tier Big Ten program, I get to say, thank God I'm not a Buckeye. Because you know what the first thing I think of in all the craziness of college football now? That's $30 million they just lit on fire. You didn't even make the Big Ten title game. You didn't beat your rival. Your rosy-cheeked idiot head coach just his soul left his body. And honestly, short of winning the national title, you got their coach fired. Is there anything better?
Oh, yeah. Honestly, because, the new AD owes Ryan Day nothing for Ohio State. Gene Smith is gone. And hey, Ryan, simple conversation. You can't lose another game this year. If you do, just pack your stuff. You're fired. Don't think about, will I be fired? Yes, you will be fired. If you don't win the Natty, you're gone.
I'm just convinced as long as Ryan Day is there, they're never beating you. You are so in their head, it's hysterical.
He couldn't win this game, and he went to the whole, well, you know what, we got to rush the ball. No, you don't. You got the best receivers. They have no secondary.
Use your weapons. Yes.
They don't have Colston Loveland. They can't score. I'm not punting the ball. I'm playing 7-on-7, and I'm watching like it also goes back. Will Howard is horrible.
What did I tell you on the air?
You did. I'm watching this, and I'm like,
they went to the portal, and they came home with Lethal Weapon 2 on Blu-ray.
Shout out to Khalil Mullings, because for 2 games this year, on a key 3rd down run, he saved the season.
Where was Dono?
The USC game where he should have been tackled, and he takes his 60-some yard, and then it's 3rd and 6. He's bottled up, spins out, down the sideline, ball game.
He's tough as nails, man. He is.
Yeah.
So, look, I wanted to open with the game, and I know my perspective, and certainly Rico's will be different as outsiders, meaning not a Wolverine or a Buckeye. And honestly, with you guys being terrible this year, I don't care that you won. In fact, I actually, in a weird way, I enjoyed this because I'm at a point I don't want anyone happy because I hate the whole sport. So the fact that you ruined, I don't like Ryan Day. If there's one thing me and the Wolverines have in common.
Oh, I know that.
I don't like Ryan Day.
Oh, let me give people privy. So I'm like, Mike, they fire Ryan Day. Maybe State should just go. No, just no.
Oh, you could give me Ryan Day for free. I wouldn't take him.
Is it the Just for Men beard?
I think it's his whole face. Like when they pan to the sideline, I hate people with rosy faces. I can't stand it.
It's the ultimate quandary for Ohio State fans. And I'm sure if you're an Ohio State fan, you don't want to hear about, well, he's 47-1 against every other Big Ten school. I don't care.
These tomato cans. This ain't the SEC.
You couldn't beat this Wolverine team.
You'll never beat another.
Not this Wolverine team who came in at 6-5, who was minus not only Will Johnson, Colston Loveland wasn't suiting up.
Great point.
They were dead in the water. Their offense couldn't do it. The one thing you can't do to Michigan is give them a short field because they can score. Like, that's when Khalil Mullings is like, I'll carry it 10 yards and score. You make them drive 90 yards, it's not going to happen.
Kind of hard to do when your quarterback finishes the day with 62 yards passing, 2 picks, no touchdowns. Like, if I were a Buckeye, this would have ended my existence. You'll never be the same. You can't. This is the only comparative. Even if you wanted to say, well, what about 2015? All right, that's a bad loss because State had a backup quarterback. The game script was kind of similar. However, The only real comp for that loss by Ohio State would be 1998.
Yeah.
John Cooper, number one team in America, at home.
Julian Peterson.
Lousy Spartan team walks in and beats you and ends. Back then, all they had to do was just win their games. You win the Natty.
Yeah.
No playoff. This would end me.
20-point favorite. And you let them
23 and a half.
You let them
It went to what?
23 and a half. Right before the game I looked, it was at 23 and a half.
Yeah, because they just said Loveland's not going to play.
Oh, my God.
All you needed, you got two, not one, you got two NFL receivers.
Listen, you
got two running backs. Like, even if Will Howard just played game manager, you should have beaten this team by at least 2 touchdowns. And you didn't.
But that's why the win is so fun for the Wolverines, because you didn't really beat them. You let them beat themselves. Like you saw a drunk idiot and went, watch this. He's going to fall off his bar stool.
Should we help him?
Nope.
No. And that's why I was okay with the flag planting, because if that game was at the big house, your fans should have stormed the field. Because yes, you just won a natty, but you know what? That would have been allowed because you had no business beating this team.
It represents the complete deconstruction of your biggest rival. Like, for the last 3 years, I talked about you broke them. Like, you got inside their head, and they started doing weird things. And now, forget about the cheating. The cheating's the cheating. But you mentally broke them. If you ever needed evidence of that, it is whatever I watched on Saturday. And like I said, I love to watch the world burn from a good, safe distance. I got to pull up a chair. I hate both teams. I wish ill on both. But my God, there was a part of me going, you know what? I actually hope Michigan wins this thing. Because every time they would pan over to Ryan Day's face, I just wanted to punch the television. Like, such a smug idiot.
See, I was hoping for the Georgia Tech overtime.
An endless loop of terrible play calls?
I wanted to, because whoever lost it, it was going to feel even worse after 7 overtimes. Then it was like, I can't believe we lost this thing. Yes. But for Ohio State fans, I don't know what you do. I think you know what to do. There's a guy who does broadcasting for Fox who I think would jump at the job, and it's been long enough that I don't even think we remember why he doesn't have the job anymore. If I'm Ohio State, there's one phone call I'm making right here, right now, because I can't do this.
Oh, Jesus.
No. Same thing. Urban Meyer.
No.
Why not?
No. He's baked. The last time we saw him, listen, dude, he ain't coming back to that pressure cooker. He could have had a retirement gig at State.
He can enjoy himself and then laugh at Ryan Day.
No, but see, here's why I think he would, because he could have had a retirement gig at State, but unlike State, Ohio State's actually going to spend money on players.
Oh, Rico. Ooh, people up in East Lansing aren't going to be happy with you. 248-539-9797.
Don't like what you see in the mirror. Do more sit-ups.
There goes Rico again. Woo!